Hello everybody and welcome back to Jade Empire, where we are about to talk to Gentle Breezes, the concubine of the judge standing over there, who apparently does things to him that she doesn't get paid enough for. This will be a interesting discussion.
Forget it, lady. I stick with male clients, and right now I'm on Judge Fang's payroll. He doesn't like me branching out to make money on the side.
Not why I'm here.
Unless you're into something twisted, then he might want to watch. Fang's always looking for some new perversion to make his little soldier stand at attention.
Did not need to know that. Who are you?
My name is Gentle Breezes, but everyone just calls me Breezes now. I guess you lose your gentle side when you spend too many nights with Judge Fang. Fang's my benefactor, if you know what I mean. I do all the things that make him happy. Filthy, nasty things. But at least that sick bastard pays well.
You don't like Fang much, do you?
I hate him. He's a vile, repulsive deviant. He likes to hurt. When things are bad, a man like that leaves scars, emotional and physical. Look, I've been around. I know people do strange and disturbing things behind locked doors. But nothing like this. There's no act too brutal or shameful for Judge Fang. He's into all sorts of things, and he's no stranger to pain. I know that all too well.
Mm-hmm. Why do you work for him?
I've thought about quitting. Every night. But I heard what happened to the last girl who tried to leave Fang. He's not the kind of man you just walk away from. He sees me as a possession. His possession. He's not just going to let me go. He's got the wealth and power to find me wherever I run. I'm stuck with Judge Fang until he's tired of me. I've come to accept that. It's a hard, grim fact, but at least he pays well.
Tell me more about Judge Fang.
Fang's head of the Ministry of Harmony, so he controls taxes and executions across the Empire. That makes him a very rich and powerful man.
There it is.
Even the Lotus Assassins are wary of Judge Fang. Probably because they know he's just as vile and corrupt as they are. All the rumors about him are true.
I see.
He's the most infamous degenerate in the Imperial City. And I work for him.
So I was assuming that for some reason he was judging the arena fights, but it appears that he is not, in fact, doing that at all. I want to ask you something else.
Go ahead. It's not like I'm going to tell you anything that isn't common knowledge.
I think we already pretty much covered all of this. Goodbye.
Good. Let me rest. I've got a feeling I'm in for a long night tonight.
Okay, so Judge Fang sounds like he is not the kind of guy who just talking to him would be able to convince him to let her go, which I'm guessing is going to be the way of the open palm solution to this little problem.
Look, we already told you.
Yeah, yep.
If he doesn't get his...
Let me speak to Fang.
Forget it. I won't go into details about what Fang did to the last guard he caught taking bribes, but restraints, starving dogs, and gravy on certain parts of the body were involved. Fang watched the whole thing, laughing all the while, and when it was done, he went upstairs with Breezes for a little relaxation. Poor girl.
Sounds like one sick and twisted man.
I wouldn't call him sick and twisted. That's an insult to sick and twisted people everywhere. Fang's on a whole other level. I never used to believe the stories, but now that I'm working for him, I can honestly say he's the most degenerate and perverted man in the whole Empire.
Okay then.
But he pays well, very well. Enough so that we pretend not to see what's going on, though I still feel bad for Breezes sometimes.
I'll be going now.
Good idea.
Okay, so, in that case, clearly we need to join the arena and beat up on a bunch of people, and then Judge Fang will want to talk to us. I'm like 95% certain that's how this is going to play out. So, we've got a bunch of people over here. We've got Pretty Lily, we've got Iron Soldier, Hapless Han. These must all be fighters, I think. And they probably won't have dialogue. Oh, they do. I hate the constant push of the crowds, don't you? At least I'll be gone from here soon. That's why I cheer for Iron Soldier. He sneers at the crowds, the fighters, even the system, and none of them can defeat him. You must be new around here. I may not care to spend time with the people who frequent this place, but I remember faces. What do you want with me? Tell me about yourself. I keep an eye on things for Soldier, see? I even help him train and work out any tension he might be feeling after a fight. What sort of things do you keep an eye on? New fighters, like yourself. I'm not a new fighter yet. I also try to keep tabs on what Kylan the Serpent and his goon, Lucky Cho, are up to. What can you tell me about Kylan the Serpent? He is no one to worry yourself about. You're not important enough to catch his gaze, and if you're smart, you'll keep it that way. Well, tell me more about Lucky Cho. People talk to Lucky Cho if they want to bet big on one of the fights. He won't take silver from you if you're a fighter, or he doesn't know you very well, however. Cho collects on his bets the hardest way possible. It's a bad idea to cross him. Feel free to test his patience if you don't believe me. Okay, let's change the subject entirely. Fine by me. Can I ask you some questions about the city? I've got better things to do than discuss the city. If you want to know about it, by the outcriers usually barking outside this building. He's paid to be full of useless information. I should get back to what I was doing. Off you go. Soldier and I have things to discuss. I'm sure you do. Hello, Soldier.
Another pathetic gawker here to bask in the glory that is Iron Soldier, the Silver Division champion? What in all the Empire do you want?
Oh, you know, punch your face a little bit. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Questions? I'm going to waste my time on a pathetic dirt kicker like yourself? Not a chance.
That's fair.
And please, don't bother firing yourself up to challenge me out of some fool notion of pride. Things aren't done that way here. The guards stop all fighting unless it happens in the pit, or they want it to happen.
Yeah, we'll meet in the pit. It'll be fine.
It must be hard working yourself into that foul a temper each day.
If you hate pretty much everyone, it's easy enough. Just leave me alone. I don't talk to spectators.
Okay. Hello, hapless hen.
Hello there. I'm Han, though fans and, well, everyone else call me Hapless Han. It's not such a bad thing. Fighting in the lower divisions means I never run afoul of the Ravager. Our current champion has nearly killed his last two opponents. See, I look on the bright side of things. Even if my losses make people call me hapless, are numbers really that important? In my mind, it's trying your best that counts.
Sure.
You know, looking at you, I'd say you could hold your own in the arena. Are you thinking of signing up, or was there something else you need?
I'm thinking of signing up.
You need to talk to Kui, the promoter. He'll start you out. It'll be great to have someone new around the place.
Definitely a glasses half full kind of guy. What can you tell me about the arena?
You're new to this arena, aren't you? I'm happy to help you out. Do you want to know how to sign up, or are you just curious about the events?
How are the matches set up?
Every warrior here starts out in the qualifying round, where they face a lot of the hopefuls. If you're doing well, you'll end up facing me. After that, there are the bronze, silver, and gold divisions, each of which has its own champion and unique trials. I'm sure Kui the promoter can outline those for you.
I'm sure he can. Well, we already know how we join. It's by talking to Kui the promoter.
You need to talk to Kui.
As expected. Okay, let's go back to my other questions.
Sounds good to me.
How well do you know the Imperial City?
I'm sure you can find your way around, but I've been here all my life. I can tell you about the scholars, the common folk, and even a bit about the Emperor himself.
Do so.
Emperor's son is a savior to the Empire. He created a never-ending supply of water for us. It's just too bad his daughter isn't a bit more respectful of tradition. Then again, her father has changed the way things are done, so I suppose that's to be expected.
How is the princess disrespectful of tradition?
Princess Leon is a willful child, they say. Don't take that to mean I know her personally, but everyone says she's willful. To be fair, that could be good in a ruler. Still, you have to respect tradition. I'm Not exactly sure what she's done that's so bad, but I know it set the nobles aflame with gossip.
Okay, then. Traditions should change if they're no longer relevant.
I agree, and I would never question the Emperor. He is a visionary leader. It's just that before, we could see where he was leading. Still, I see what you're saying. Look at the endless flow of water he brought to the Empire.
Yeah, that's not such a
It's
good
new,
thing.
and he changed the face of the palace to pour the water forth to the lands.
Really?
The first change to the palace since the time of Sagacious Chen, in fact. That's a good reason to break with tradition, and one we all understood. Hiding himself away, however? That's something no one understands, and that isn't right.
What kind of changes has the Emperor made?
He sealed himself away in the palace. When in the time of the drought, he was a leader and an inspiration. It's a shame that he's become so private. At his last appearance, he seemed so full of life. It was like he hadn't aged a day in 20 years. Perhaps trying to curtail his daughter keeps him young.
So, what's he hiding from, then, is the question. Death's Hand? That's all I need from you.
Right you are. Take care.
Okay, who else do we have in here? Dr. An.
Fascinating. How very interesting to meet you. Fate may have robbed me of my sight at a young age, but I can still sense the energy within your meridians. Impressive, and yet somewhat strange.
What's strange about my energy?
I don't know what it is about you exactly, but I would say you have been trained like no other warrior in this place. What I do know is that several of the techniques pioneered by what we call the new schools would have astonishing effects on one with your energy.
The new schools of what, exactly?
Allow me a formal introduction. I am Dr. An, acupuncturist.
I think I've read a treatise of hers on the healing arts. It was one of the few we had in Two Rivers. It was brilliant. It is an honor to meet you, ma'am.
It is no less an honor to meet a fellow seeker of knowledge. I hope what small truths you could glean from my humble work have aided you.
So a blind acupuncturist, huh? Okay. Show me what you have to sell.
Of course, have a look.
Let's see here. We've got a couple of gems that are kind of crappy. Now this is a really solid training. Yep. Health plus 10, chi minus 2. That's mediocre in that it reduces our chi, but that's a lot of health. So I think we go ahead and take that. Focus plus 10, intimidation minus 1. Ugh. We go ahead and take it, though. Porcelain skin. Charm plus 2, chi minus 4. Okay. I mean, we're losing a lot of chi. We may want to consider that for our gems going forward. We still have a pretty decent amount of chi, though, it looks like.
I am restored.
Okay, so Dr. An, what else do you
While
have to
I
say?
cannot see you, your appearances are hard to ignore. Welcome again.
Indeed.
Are you here for a treatment or simple socializing?
Well, I want to ask you more about what you do here.
Acupuncture is the process of healing the body through the release of its own energies. There are other applications, such as an understanding of the pressure points of the body as well. I release these healing energies through the very precise insertion of needles into the skin. It truly is an art. Acupuncture is also most ancient science, studied as long as the Empire has stood. Those studies benefit the warriors in this place most directly.
How can you perform acupuncture when you're blind?
How can you fight in the dark? We learn these things through study and discipline. The nerves of the hand are incredibly sensitive. The eyes can be fooled by something as insubstantial as light. I would not say that losing my sight at a young age was a gift, but I have not let it become a burden either.
How do these treatments work?
My techniques for releasing your untapped inner energies are newer and slightly more radical, but even they benefit from a century of research and years of practice.
Tell me some more.
Put simply, your body possesses incredible energies, some of which can fall out of balance, putting the body at risk of disease. Acupuncture releases blockages in your body's meridians, natural pathways for this energy, allowing your body to restore its balance.
How does this allow you to make people stronger?
The new schools have found ways to optimize the body's energy pathways to make you stronger than you would be normally. You would have to practically abandon your pursuit of martial prowess to understand them more fully, but you have other skills to hone.
I see. What benefits could I receive from your skills?
My needles, used properly, can enhance your strength, restore your inner vitality, and unlock energies you barely knew your body held. The only thing I have found I am unable to affect with my needles is your inner magic. It seems even acupuncture has its limits.
I see. Did we already ask how they work? I think we did.
My techniques for releasing your
Yeah, we already talked about that. Can we talk about something else?
Of course. Only through the broadening of our conversations can we broaden our minds.
Indeed. Can you answer some questions about the arena?
I'm afraid I can't help you. I know all the fighters, but I'm not at liberty to discuss them. I'm certain you understand the ethics at stake. My knowledge of their strengths and weaknesses would be a weapon in the wrong hands.
Indeed. I should let you be.
Be well.
Okay, so I think Kui the promoter is down here. Is that correct? That's to the creature pens there. Okay, so Kui is actually through that door. What's down in the creature pens? Looks to be a whole lot of nothing. Yep, that's pretty much a whole lot of nothing. I suspect there'll be a reason to come down here later, but as of right now, there is no reason at all. Okay.
Intolerable. One more mistake, Kui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem.
But
Enough! Find a solution and leave me alone.
Well, here's your solution.
This is not an appropriate time to... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know that look anywhere. You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an infusion of new blood?
Well, the word you're looking for is
Master Lee used
infusion.
to say that the arena was once the greatest contest in the Empire, but that it has been corrupted in recent years.
Come with me a moment and we'll engagetate in some dissertation about the best decision you'll ever make.
Yeah, these aren't words.
This is turning out to be an excellent day, most ostentatious indeed.
Don't you mean auspicious?
I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my language.
Yeah, sure. Silly of me to bring it up. What were you saying? Or actually, I'll just mark you down as an idiot. Carry on.
A single glance tells me you are a remarkable woman with the perfect mix of strength and grace to grab a crowd's imagination.
I'm sure. What are you getting at?
The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and resounding yes. I've heard that you were asking around and talking to some of our best and brightest. Your interest tells me all that I need to know about you. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits.
Well, I mean, I do want to join, but there are other people here that I still need to talk to. Let's find out the rules of the tournament.
Here you fight for silver. Glory is yours for the taking if you value it. The rewards start small, but in the gold division, you could easily retire on your winnings. In fact, our last champion, Raging Ox, did just that. Suddenly up and left to enjoy his winnings, clearing the way for the Ravager to take his place. You'll start low and advance on my say-so, but I can already tell you're going to expel in this place. You'll not languish in the qualifiers for long.
Expel, huh? If I joined the arena, who or what would I face?
You will face the flashing blade of Crimson Kana, the stern resolve of Iron Soldier, and the, troublesome triumvirate of the Sung Brothers.
You mean triumvirate?
If you defeat these veterans, you will face the Ravager, our newest champion, who tore his way through the divisions to replace the now-retired Raging Ox.
Sounds easy enough.
Go ask them yourselves if you want to know more. Hapless Hans faced more than a few of them, too, if you want his perspications.
Perspective? Are these fights deadly?
Do you have any idea how much paperwork I have to do when a contestant of the Empire's finest tournament dies?
I'm sure it's a lot.
Wards and spells have protected fighters in this place since its construction. It's been easily 20 years since they failed.
What happened 20 years ago?
It was a dark day. My predecessor lost several good men when the spells failed during an event he'd ironically done.
The Feast of the Ogres. Okay. What happens if somebody specifically tries to dispel the protections?
I'm no sorcerer, but I suppose it could happen. Still, any magically inclined person would notice something like that. Even if someone removed them, the protections would reweave themselves automatically in time. They've done so before.
Okay. I do want to join.
That's the spirit of the thing. Now, what name precedes you in your travels?
Oh boy. Oh boy, I like this one. I'm egregious prevaricator, respected scholar and grower of pipeweed. I'm shocked you haven't heard of me.
I've heard that one before. Have you any idea how many board students peramputate down here from the Scholar's Garden? Think of something that would sound engaging, ringing down from the rafters. That's how we'll bill you.
I mean, clearly I should go by the Scourge of the South. What could go wrong? I mean... we don't use Tiger Stance, so Tiger Lifts the Mountain is probably not ideal. Silver Phoenix, there isn't really anything silver or fiery about what we do. I guess Raging Dragon?
Raging Dragon, huh? Sounds fast and powerful. I like it. Are you positive that's what you want?
Given those three options, sure.
Then that is what you shall have. Come and tell me when you're ready for a fight, and I'll get you started.
Okay.
Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. The money's small at that level, but it's there. Any other questions?
I think you've answered all of my questions. That's all I need to know?
One other thing. You should talk to the other fighters now and then. They will be watching you, and you should get to know them as well.
Okay.
We're all one big happy family.
Well, you're happy.
You're a big, happy idiot, Han.
As you can see, they always have something to say.
Okay. What can you tell me about the champion of my division?
Han isn't a champion exactly, but he's solid enough that all fighters must beat him before they can leave the qualifiers.
Sounds easy enough.
I like Hapless Han personally. He never quits trying. Reminds me of a young me trying to clamber my way up from the streets. He'll go far, you rest assured.
Yeah, we'll see. Can I ask you some more questions about the arena?
I'm always happy to share some history with this arena's greatest fighters. Would you like to hear some of the tales?
I mean, sure.
The first thing to know is that this arena was founded under the auspices of sagacious Tien himself. The Emperor's blessings rest upon this place as the one true test of martial skill in the Empire. Interestingly, while we call it the arena commonly, its full name is the Trials of the Seven Gladiatorial Schools of Beneficent Light. A bound volume of the finest parchment contains the arena's rules. This tome holds over 3,000 rulings, the first dating back to the birth of the arena.
Okay, then. Why is the full name not commonly used anymore?
Besides the name being unwieldable by the tongue, largely due to inaccuracy, there are far more than 7 schools recognized across the Empire now. Further, the Order of Beneficent Light disbanded hundreds of years ago. They are no longer the governing body of martial education, so these are not their trials anymore.
Makes sense.
Still, we hold on to the name as a reminder of the glory days.
Okay, then. Does the Emperor still play an active role in the arena?
Many emperors have graced this place with their presence from a secure private viewing room. Our current emperor has not shown as much interest in the past decade or so.
Yeah, he's been hiding from everybody.
When he was younger, Emperor's son was a regular attendant, but I'm sure the years have stolen away the time he once made for us.
I'm sure that's what it is. How does anyone keep track of that many rules?
No one knows them as well as I do, and that's likely for the better. Technically, we're supposed to lead a donkey around the fighting surface before each match. I consider that to be one of the tradition's best overlooked.
Probably.
Enough asses wander the streets around this building these days that I expect my predecessor's spirits will be satisfied.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
What do you need?
I think there's nothing else we need from you right now. I'll come back to you.
I must say I'm disappointed. You're ready to start your career, but you walk away. Insuspicious beginnings, my friend.
Yeah, we'll be back. So I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we are going to talk with the remainder, well, we're going to talk with all of the fighters in this room again, and then we will get started on our arena career. See you all then.